What's going on, guys? Evil Dragon here, back with another video. This is part 2, and the Can I Beat Fallout 4 using non-regular bullet weapons. I need a better name for that. Pretty much, we're using weapons that don't use shotgun shells, don't use 5mm, don't use 5.56, don't use 4.4, none of that. We're using guns that use fusion cores, we're using guns that use cryo cells, we're using guns that use flamer fuel, that sort of thing, cannonballs. Absolutely crazy stuff. We're also not using laser cells though because of how common they are. Fusion cores are fine. Now where we left off is we ended up going over to the Brotherhood of Steel and killing one of the knights to get the best weapon I can use at this point, which is a laser Gatling gun, which is pretty much a minigun that uses fusion cores for ammo, and it's a laser version, which is really, really powerful. But for some reason, I don't know if it was a bug or something, but the Brotherhood are still nice to me. So you'll see me going maybe back there a couple times to, get more loot and buy stuff, because they still have some of the best stuff, and they have a lot more caps I can trade in and whatnot. But here, we're on a mission for the Railroad. Why? Well, we're trying to show that they can trust us. So, after we did get their trust in the last episode from doing a mission, I believe if you saw that episode, go check it out. It'll be in the link in the description below. But now, what we have to do is go ahead and help this synth escape some bad guys and whatever. So let's go do that. But before I could even start the mission, a weird glitch happened where you're supposed to meet Old Man Stockton in a synth,
Why is my
but he
dog
kept
being shut up?
attacking me and then Dogmeat. Turns out I guess there's some sort of glitch where if you go back here too fast, all the people start attacking you. So I had to go ahead and just sleep for 24 hours, and then I went back there, and they were fine. So I met the synth, met Old Man Stockton, and you're supposed to take him to this skyscraper, which I did. I then did some story stuff, like going to Good Neighbor, where I passed a speech check to tell this guy, back off, buddy, I don't need your insurance. And then the mayor of Good Neighbor, Hancock, gives me a good old welcome by stabbing the guy in front of me. Okay, he's kind of scary. From here, I'm trying to do some upgrading, so I do some sneaking around Diamond City to get the materials I need to upgrade my laser Gatling rifle. I then talk to the doctor to put me inside Nick's mind to find out that, to get into the Institute, they teleport. I'm then sent out to the Glowing Sea, where I put on power armor because this time I can wear it. I'm not going to wear it a lot, but I need it in this case. And I'm fighting rad scorpions after rad scorpions. Then I look up on the mountain from going over a trash heap, and I find a Deathclaw, and that's fun. So I decided, let's try if I can take it out. So I engage in combat, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. Again, I have this massive, powerful weapon, which does big damage, is really good. He might have grabbed me, but then, I send my Pokemon Rad Scorpion in, Ratty, that's his name, and he starts attacking down the Deathclaw, and he takes him down for me. But Ratty was trying to kill me, so I had to take him down too. From there, we talk and meet another Deathclaw. Sorry. This guy was also very easy. I mean, look at this guy. Big, scary, ugly. But he's pretty easy again. Very good weapon, the laser Gatling gun, especially when I upgraded it. Then we talk to Virgil, where he, goes through all this stuff. Me and my friend are laughing because his dialogue is funny. But he explains to me that, listen, you need to take down a Courser if you want to even get into the Institute. Now, Courser is very powerful, very strong, very annoying. Now, at this point, I was like, I was on a roll. I took off my power armor. And I was like, I'll just steamroll through this place. But, it was pretty tough. I mean, I kept dying to missile launchers and laser rifles. I even would kill myself. But eventually, I smartened up my act. And, yeah, got through there. Okay, for real though, I had a really hard time getting through that missile launcher area, but I finally hit my own missile launcher shot after missing it like 5 or 6 times in a row. I find the Courser, and in the process of trying to take him down, I kill a civilian hostage on the ground. My bad. Eventually, Dogmeat, holds him down, which is why Dogmeat's so good for this. I mean, I can just laser them with this laser Gatling rifle thing and take him down. We then go back to Desdemona, telling her, listen, I got this Courser chip, I need you and Tinker Tom. He's like the brains, how's Proctor Ingram for the Brotherhood? This is Tinker Tom. Analyze this chip. So they do. They analyze it, and they hand it back to me, so after that, I go ahead and head all the way back to the Glowing Sea where Virgil is, where he tells me I need to build something to teleport myself into the Institute. So he gives me these schematics he wrote up with his giant super mutant hands. Cool. From there, I decided to do some missions to get some stuff, because I have to get supplies to build this thing. and I come across another death claw. So I'm thinking, you know what? The other ones will be a cakewalk, whatever. But this dude's in the pit with me, so I climb out and feed him to a raider, or feed the raider to the death claw, sorry. And then I realized it's a legendary death claw. Oh, that was a hard fight, but I took him down eventually. Sold the stuff he gave me. Nice. I then, as I'm trying to get these materials, I came across a sentry bot where I got to try the Fat Man out, which I love this gun. I mean, it's a mini nuke with a massive little mushroom cloud explosion. But then I took this robot down. It exploded into another mini nuke explosion, and it gave me not one, but 2 fusion cores. Awesome. I won't even lie, setting up this machine always sucks because I have no idea how to set the power up for this relay transmitter teleporter thing. I always hate this part. But after I finally get it working after like 30 minutes, because you know I'm bad, Desdemona tells me to meet a guy named Patriot inside because he's the contact of the railroad. Alright, cool. I then find Sean. He's old. I don't care. And I move on and I go and find Patriot. He's this guy with this really ugly haircut.
I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack the encryption algorithm.
But he tells me pretty much I need to get him a password, so I'll do that a little bit later. I then also talk to this synth, because we are trying to get all the synths out, and I tell him, listen, the railroad's fighting for you. We'll come back for you as well. From here, I grab Virgil serum, because I'm not, rude, but I think I forgot to give it to him in this playthrough. My bad. I then get the ability to teleport inside and out of the Institute, which is always really fun. From here, I then talk to Des, and she tells me cut Patriot loose. We don't need him anymore because he doesn't want to, get the synths in danger or his people or whatever. From there, I have to go get this password though, and I do. But I had also bought a flamer in the process, and this gun it's a flamethrower. It's so much fun to use. I mean, just look as I shred these ghouls in this area where you have to get the password. Awesome. I then ask the synth if he's okay if they have to fight. He says yes, the synths will fight for their freedom. Once they see us fighting, they'll join in. Cool. I then also give the password to Patriot, and this is where he does tell me, listen, man, if the Institute or the humans get into danger, we gotta stop this whole mission. And say, okay, give him the password, and I don't talk to him ever again, because that was the whole goal. Also, 1 like will be $1 toward this guy's super ugly haircut.
I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack the encryption algorithm.
I then do a side quest where I have to talk to Ironsides. He's like a leader of this flying ship. The reason why is he gives me an awesome weapon. Here's my reaction. Yes! I mean, it's a hand cannon thing, literally a cannon in your hand. It's awesome. I then get to watch this magnificent, beautiful flying machine boat thing fly away right into a giant tower. You can make your own jokes. From here, you're kind of split between doing the Institute path and whatever. I had to go ahead and do some missions for the Institute to progress the railroad, which is infiltrate this place. Now, it was really hard. I mean, I'm very fragile. I get blown up by mini nukes. I get blown up by other sorts of things like grenades after I even killed this guy, which kind of sucked. But, it's very hard. I mean, here's a little death montage. I mean, I don't know why there's just a guy with a mini nuke, Fat Man launcher here. I just spawned in from a checkpoint. I just it's really funny. Anyways, you recall this synth guy, the leader. Take him back. From there, Des tells me to, go save Bunker Hill while some of the railroad members are okay. But in the meantime, I upgrade my flamer because I just wanted to do more damage. And so, I make it a napalm flamer. Pretty cool. I also pass this really hard speech check, which I didn't think I was going to pass, but I did. Awesome. But my job Des told me to do was take down this Courser. And of course, Coursers are really tough, but for some reason he just didn't fight me. I feel like he's supposed to fight you. Could have been another funny Bethesda bug. Who knows? But he was pretty easy. I took him down. I then wanted to, test out the Broadsider and a few more weapons. So instead, though, I was like, you know what? Dogmeat, he holds a lot of my other weapons. So I was like, Dogmeat, hand over that Fat Man there. So, because I only got to use it once, I wanted to use it again. So I did, and I blew up 2 of the little things there. I also blew up the vertebrate up there. I then tell Sean that the mission was a bust. The Courser, we all got destroyed by the Brotherhood and the Railroad. They were too powerful. Cool. I then wanted to test my might against the Swan Super Mutant Behemoth boss, see if I could defeat him. So I use my Broadsider. As I said, you literally shoot cannonballs. And of course, he hits me. If he had hit me a second time, I'd be dead. Like, if he hits me with this hammer, I am super fragile. I will die. So when he pushes me here, if he would have hit his hammer, I would have died. But luckily, I was good and fast enough, and I took him down. Got the Furious Power Fist, which I sold for caps. And from there, I go ahead and do a mission where I have to go work with the Institute and stuff. Because of this, though, I am going to cut a lot of the Institute missions out, because we're not doing the Institute, we're doing the Railroad missions. So it's going to be definitely a big jump ahead to where the Railroad is right about now. I also want to point out this Gauss rifle. I've used it in Fallout 76. It does massive damage, but either I'm using it wrong or it's not upgraded enough, because I thought it did a lot more damage than just a third. Pretty much after a bunch of Institute missions, you're ordered to kill the Railroad. What I do instead is I go talk to Desdemona, the leader, and tell her, hey, I'm not going to kill you. I'm on your guys' side. You know, I'm protecting you. But from this point, I actually had lost some of my footage as well, because after this, pretty much, I can't remember, you talk to like one of the synths, and he tells you to talk to the main synth, Z114. You have to take down some security synths to get them weapons and stuff. I think you do this way earlier, I'm trying to remember. But yeah, pretty much he tells you that the Brotherhood of Steel is going to attack the Railroad. So you go back, you defend the Railroad, and they determine that the Railroad is a threat. So pretty much Desdemona sends you, Deacon, and Tinker Tom to infiltrate the Prydwen, the giant airship, to blow it up from the inside. That's what this mission is. I'm just doing it right now, but I had lost all the footage because my game crashed. And the way it works, if you're recording on PlayStation and the game crashes or you close out the game, you don't save the footage. You have to manually save the footage. So I lost all that, which kind of sucked. But that's the context for where we are now. So yeah, pretty much now, I just fly up and fly over to the Prydwen to blow it up. Now you're supposed to do this stealthily by Stealth Boys. I have no idea what I did wrong. I just got attacked right away. Well, they attacked Dogmeat first, and then I guess they saw me because I was running. I don't know. I spawned in and I immediately kept getting killed. Like, we're talking 5-6 times. So what I eventually did was I just loaded myself up with Psycho, Med-X, and Buff Out to just buff all my strength stacks so I could not fight my way through. But yeah, it was allowed me to heal and, you know, survive long enough to plant the charges. Then we got out of the massive getaway, you know, we ran away to watch this massive ship blow up. I'll let you all watch it silently.
I need a drink.
I love it. I love seeing the debris fall on the massive cloud. It's also honestly amazing. From there, we talk to Desdemona, tell her we blew up the ship. She finally gives me the gun that I've really wanted to use after all this time, the railway rifle. In the second final mission, where now I'm moving on to the final mission of the game, where you have to break all the synths out of the Institute. I'm not gonna lie, the whole challenge was supposed to be surrounded around the railway rifle. I even went into pickpocketing to get it early, couldn't get it from Tinker Tom or Desdemona. And yeah, if I would have known that you only get it from Tinker Tom or Desdemona, or from this mission, the second final mission, I genuinely might not have gone the Railroad, because they are one of the longest, and honestly, they're just the most annoying faction, I'll be honest. Institute, nerds, Brothers of Steel, you're in the military, Minutemen, you're just the good people of the Commonwealth. Railroad, you're just breaking synths out, and they're robots, you know, you don't, like, they're AI that think they're people, they're not people, okay? But being honest, I mean, man, if I would have known it took me that long, I honestly probably would have just done the Brotherhood again, because I barely got to use this cool weapon. I'm not going to lie, somewhere in the process, I also got this plasma rifle. That was kind of cool. Pretty much your task with taking out all the Institute workers in here and the synth guards, so that you can use the relay teleporter as well, to instead hijack it and teleport in the Railroad. So we teleport Desdemona in, she tells us our mission. Take this explosive EMP thing, and put it onto that nuclear reactor we had set up earlier as the Institute. But, you know, we have to fight through a lot of stuff, so I wanted to use a bunch of different weapons. I used the broadsider, the cannon I did the side quest for. I used the flamer that I just bought randomly from a store. I used the Fat Man because it's just so much fun to launch a literal mini nuke out of. I then, of course, used the laser Gatling minigun because I use that so much. I wanted to use the railway rifle, because I mean, I didn't get to use it a lot, and I even upgraded it. But the time I had it, it was a lot of fun. Of course, I wanted to use this plasma rifle more, because it just, I mean, it's cool. You melt them into a puddle of goo, the enemies, if you can pull that off anyways. From there, we reach Sean, asking for the password to get into the nuclear reactor area. Of course, I tell him there's no going back, because, he figured out we were against him. Sorry, my son. He dies of cancer, of course, but I'm still using my other weapons. I use the flamer again a couple more times. I use the broadsider. Also, if you're wondering why it has 3 instead of 1 bullet, I upgraded it to give it more. I mean, look at this. You just cripple them with this cannon. It's so much fun. The splash damage is insane. I got to use the Fat Man even in close quarters more times. I somehow didn't kill myself. Cool. But of course, I had to finish the game off using the weapon we had all started off with, the Cryolator, the freeze ray, the freeze gun, one of the best guns in the game. With that, we put the charge onto the thing, teleported ourselves out, and we blew up the Institute. So that answers the question, can we beat Fallout 4 without using guns that use regular bullets? Yes, you can. And so as the explosion decimates everything nearby, the game slowly fades to black, and we beat Fallout 4 under those circumstances using the railroad ending. I do hope to do another Fallout 4 video in the future. Of course, there's always more challenges I can do. Melee weapons that are bladed, melee weapons that are blunt, using only VATs, using only pipe weapons, certain stats I can do. But the next one I think I'm going to do, which I'm not recording yet, but I'm going to probably record once I have more space on my PlayStation to do, and that's can I beat Fallout 4 using only the laser musket. Because actually, if you upgrade the laser musket and put the right perks in and use VATs and stuff, it is actually a really good gun. So, that's what I'll be doing next. Hope you guys enjoyed. Nonetheless, maybe leave a like, maybe leave a nice comment down below, maybe hit the subscribe button, turn the little bell. See you guys next time for another Fallout 4 challenge. Bye, guys.